Hey there, welcome to First Glance with Jody Vance. I'm going to introduce you to a very cool company. In fact, something you may have never heard of before when it comes to what you consume. Have you heard of RiceBran? Have you heard of RiceBran Technologies? Well, you're about to. The stock symbol for this is RIBT on the NASDAQ, RiceBran Technologies. What is that? Well, let's find out from the COO and the CFO. Todd Mitchell is with us. Hi, Todd.
Hi, thanks for having me.
It's good to have you along. I want to learn more about RiceBran Technologies and how your customers consume your wares. Tell us a little bit about you.
So we're a specialty ingredient company. We work off of the co-products of rice and other small and ancient grains. So oats, barley, flax, mustard, but primarily rice. And we were built around a technology for stabilizing rice bran. If you think about that, when you go from brown rice to white rice, you take the brand off. That's where 90% of the food value of rice is. White rice is little more than a vehicle for things that taste good.
Right.
And that brand, it goes rotten real fast. And we've learned how to give it a 12 to 18 month shelf life. So
wow.
Therefore, it can now be used in a host of applications for humans and animals as a high protein, non-GMO. It's got great carbohydrate profile as basically a core ingredient. And so that's what we've commercialized. And then we've taken that technology also to oats and barleys as well.
This is fantastic. I mean, as somebody who enjoys brown rice over white rice for all of the nutritional reasons that you laid out there. But also when you talk about pet care and the animal feed markets, which are hot topics, all of this is a hot topic because food security is a hot topic right now with what we're seeing going on in Ukraine. Can we start there? Like how
Sure.
RiceBran Technologies might be impacted in perhaps a way people might not imagine with what we see happening with Russia's invasion of Ukraine, which is the breadbasket.
Right, right. We've seen two impacts. We in our primary grain milling, which we sell rice and oats and barley to specialized customers. We've seen a pretty strong surge in demand. A lot of it is people replacing overseas sources, or even in the rice market, people looking to buy from overseas for U.S. product, just because we're a relatively strong source of demand. Where it's more impactful for us and actually more exciting for us is in our co-product, in our derivatives businesses, where we, as I said, we stabilize this rice brand. There's a number of applications where we have been saying for years, we're better. You should do us. You should use us instead of a co-product of soy or a co-product of corn or wheat. And right. We've never gotten much traction because, it's a label change and I have to reformulate. All of a sudden, people are changing labels because these products that, they've seen huge inflation. They've seen the inability to get it. One is yeast. Yeast is very hard to get. It's frankly not even that good for you, but it's the primary palatant for companion animal, for pet food. RiceBran is better. It's better for your animal, and it does the same thing, and I can come in at a lower price point. All of a sudden, I have become a primary producer for the flavor system for pet foods, which is something I've been trying to do for 5 years. And this was our catalyst.
And you got the choir behind me of dogs are like, yes, I'm in for the rice. I mean, I know that as a pet owner, I have 3 dogs behind me right now. And yes, I'm a crazy dog lady, but I'm not that crazy. Only 2 are mine, but I babysit everybody or dog sit everybody's dogs. But I know as a longtime dog owner that if my dogs are at all unwell, the default is to brown rice. The default is to that. I know that if I run out of all the dog food, because you can't swap out dog foods without really harming your animal, like making them significantly uncomfortable or worse, but brown rice is always the answer. So it's fascinating to me how RiceBran Technologies could play into that from a pet food perspective. And I'm excited from the other end of the spectrum because, you know, having a red seal, I went to culinary school. I know that brown rice and black beans makes the perfect protein that's good for my celiac friends. You know what I mean? Like there's
right. And you know, look, RiceBran is what you feed to high performance horses.
Yeah.
People who own these very expensive, high performant animals have always known this.
Right.
And now the pet food manufacturers they're moving it towards your companion animal, your pet, your dog. And you've seen what's happened in that market. Everybody's got a COVID puppy, and the
everybody
of the
totally everybody's got a COVID puppy. Oh my God,
are very
Todd,
high.
so, right.
So they're looking to feed them better than your average pet owner has been in the past. So it's created a huge opportunity. And now the inability to get substitute ingredients from abroad has become a economic catalyst for us. Yeah. And we're trying to fill RFIs as fast as we can.
I want to reiterate for our listener or viewer, RiceBran Technologies, RIBT on NASDAQ for you. Todd Mitchell is the CFO and the COO. We're talking about how this opportunity is growing in this lane. RiceBran, rich in vitamins, antioxidants, non-GMO, gluten-free, contains all those complex amino acids that so many people are talking about when we're talking about health and wellness and nutrition. You set off the top, ancient grains and all of the other, you know, seeds and whatnot that you are under your umbrella. These
and 100%
are
100% domestically sourced.
Oh my gosh, like adding to the pile of goodness. But nutritionists and dietitians and all of those who are trying to fix what we all learned is broken in our COVID diets are all telling us what we need more of in our lives. And this would be on the top shelf of that.
Right. You know, frankly,
so what's your top product?
What is our top product? Our top product is, we have two, is just a core stabilized RiceBran, which is used in a lot of bulk animal feeds and increasingly companion animal and in human in non-GMO products. Yeah. And then we also take our RiceBran and we fractionate it. So we break it down into its soluble and its fiber component. And we have a tremendous business with the solubles basically as the basis for health and wellness supplements.
Right.
If you look at a lot of these products that are coming out from, you know, an Herbalife, a Zervita, Organic by Nature, they're built around us as kind of the body.
Wow, that's cool. RIBT on NASDAQ is what you're looking for if you want to check this company out a little bit deeper. And you said that the Canadian tie-in is big as well, right? Your headquarters are in Texas?
We're headquarters in Texas. We have operations in California, Louisiana, Arkansas, Montana, and Minnesota. And we pull barley because we do a lot of organic barley, and we pull that out of the middle of Canada. A lot of it is sourced from there.
I like that. I like a little Canadian tie-in. So with the stock market really getting beaten up, how has your durability been for RiceBran Technologies?
In terms of our stock price?
Yeah.
I think we're up 125% year to date.
Wow. Okay.
So we've been moving counter to the market. Last year we were in a fix the company situation.
Right.
We had a change in management about 24 months ago. We really did a strategic change to focus more on the high end of our product line, our specialty ingredients, and less on kind of some of the grain businesses. And we kind of hunkered down for a year, and we didn't communicate with shareholders very well. And we kind of went into a free fall at the end of last year, where I think we were just sort of a task loss selling vehicle. And absence information, shame on us. You know, I mean, our stock got to the point where my insurance company said my assets were worth more than my market cap. No. So we have come back strong with solid first quarter results. You know, I'm hopeful for the remainder of the year. And I think we're, even though we have significantly outperformed the market, I think we're just kind of touching where our valuation should be. Given the fact, I mean, we have a very durable franchise in a unique product. We're the only one that can do it at industrial scale. And we're the only one that further refines it into these derivatives, these solubles and fibers, which are very, very high value. And we've just begun to touch the market. I mean, health and wellness is a $9 billion market.
Oh, no question. No question about that. There's no end to the opportunity when those, as you mentioned, are building around your product in the supplement lane. RiceBran.Tech.com is the web address. Tell me, you said about the management change 24 months ago. What does the team look like now? Who's on your team and why are they there?
We have a executive chairman who is our acting CEO. He is a specialty ingredients guy. He's someone who comes in with experience that a company of our size could not normally acquire. But he's very intrigued by the actual product itself. Right. So he leads us strategically. And then I work sort of as a CFO, COO operationally. And then we've broken the internal organization kind of into our product lines. We have somebody handling these high-end derivatives. We have somebody handling the human applications and somebody handling animal. And then we have on our milling business, we have guys that work with people who buy raw, refined and milled grains as well.
That makes sense. Pardon the layman's question here that I'm going to ask, but when it comes to the ability to use that brand in a way that's meaningful for let's hypothetically say with what the news cycle that we're hearing now with what is happening with the war in Ukraine and what Russia is doing to restrict the movement of some of what will feed Africa moving forward. Like what does it go into to move your product, the human derivative of it, for lack of a better way of putting it, shipping it? What does it look like? I'm trying to imagine, like, is it like bran? Is it like all other types of, is it flaky or is it a bale or is it
for our core product? We can ship it in 50-pound bags, 2,000-pound totes, or bulk trucks.
Right.
We can put it in a container. We can put that container on a ship, and we produce at that scale. We have a couple of customers that literally take a bulk truck a day.
Right. I really, you know what, I'm fascinated by this. I love the health piece. I love the pet piece. I think there's a growth opportunity here. You are the example, honestly, Todd, of what First Glance with Jody Vance often is. It's getting in at a time where, the markets have been how they have been. COVID has been how it's been. You talked about how your last year, 24 months was like, this is a real opportunity stock for those who are looking for an ethical place or a healthy place to perhaps invest. So I really appreciate you taking some time out and introducing your company to us. And please come back and keep us posted on where you go from here.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate the opportunity.
It's great. RiceBran.Tech.com is where you go for investor info. RIBT on NASDAQ is the stock symbol. RIB is in Bob, T is in Tom. RiceBran Technologies. Todd Mitchell is the CFO. Thanks for doing this. We'll talk again soon.
Bye-bye.